Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today in my Math 7 class, we're going to do Chapter 4, Lesson 5, where you will be adding and subtracting mixed numbers. This lesson starts on page 299. All right, we're going to skip the front page and go into our examples. Example 1 on page 300. We have a short class period today because of clear sight, so we need to just jump right in here. Add and subtract mixed numbers. To add and subtract mixed numbers, first add or subtract the fractions. If necessary, rename them using the least common denominator, or LCM, least common multiple. Then add or subtract whole numbers and simplify if necessary. Sometimes when you subtract mixed numbers, the fraction in the first mixed number is less than the fraction in the second mixed number. In this case, you have to rename one or both fractions in order to subtract. Let's look at example 1. Now we're going to rewrite it to the right, so get ready for your pencils to move. So 7 and 4/9 plus 10 and 2/9. I like writing mine vertically. Now this one is pretty easy. Our denominators are the same. 4/9 plus 2/9 is 6/9. And now you add your whole number 7 plus whole number 10 is a whole number 17. Then you look. 6 and 9 have the common factor of 3. So let's bring our whole number 17. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 17 and 2/3. Now let's look at example number 2. Here you have 8 and 5, 6. Let's rewrite it over here to the side. Minus 2 and 1/3. Your common denominator, or least common multiple, between a 6 and a 3 will be a 6. This is already in 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Now we subtract our fraction. 5/6 minus 2/6 is 3/6. And whole number 8 minus whole number 2 is whole number 6. Evaluate your fraction. 3/6 will simplify to 1/2, and you circle your final answer of 6 and 1/2. All right, so let's do the practice problems down here on the bottom. You can show your work to the side on the right or the left. This one is rather simple. 1/8 plus 5/8 is 6/8, and 6 plus 2 is 8. But your answer for A is not going to be 8 and 6/8. What's the answer going to be? 8 and what? What will 6/8 simplify to? Yes. Yes. 3/4. 8 and 3/4. Now, in letter B, you have 5 and 1/5 plus 2 and 3/10. We have to rename our fractions because they don't have the same denominator. Our common denominator between a 5 and a 10 will be a 10. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. We are adding. 2/10 plus 3/10 is 5/10. And 5 plus 2 is 7. Our final answer is going to be what for this one? Yes. 7.5. So on the answer blank, you would put equals 7 and 1/2. Letter C. Let's see. I'm going to put letter C above it up here. 1 and 5/9 plus 4 and 1/6. My least common multiple between a 9 and a 6. Well, it's not 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Oh, 6 divides 18, so it's going to be an 18. 9 times 2 is 18. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 3 is 3. Now I add them. 10/18 plus 3/18 is 13/18. And whole number 1 plus whole number 4 is a whole number 5. And that will not simplify. 5 and 13/18. Are there any questions on that? Now we're going to do the subtraction ones. 5 and 4/5 minus 1 and 3/10. Our common denominator between a 5 and a 10 will be a 10. That will equal 8/10. 8/10 minus 3/10 is 5/10. And 5 minus 1 is 4. That will simplify to 4 and 1/2. I see a student not writing any of this down. This is very important. You should be writing these down on your paper if you don't have your book. So let's get busy and do these. I'm not saying you. There's someone else. In letter E, you have 7/8 and minus 9 and 3/4. Your common denominator here is going to be an 8. Well, that's already 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. 7/8 minus 6/8 is 1/8. 13 minus 9 is 4. 4 and 1/8 will not simplify. That is your final answer. Our next problem, our common denominator between a 3 and a 2 is going to be a 6. 8 and 2/3 minus 2 and 1/2. So 2/3 equals 4/6 and 1/2 equals 3/6. 4/6 minus 3/6 is 1/6. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 and 1/6. Any questions? Now let's go to page 301. Here we are going to have to rename our fraction because we will have to borrow from a whole number, and that's a little different. All right, 2 and 1/3, let's write it over here to the side, minus 1 and 2/3. Okay. Oh no, 1/3 cannot subtract 2/3. It needs help. So it goes, help, help. And 2 says, I will help you. I will turn into a 1 and 3/3. Now kids, you know that 3/3 is 1. And this one plus that one gives you the 2. Now why did I name it 3/3? Because your denominator over here is 3/3, or it's thirds. So they combine forces. 3/3 plus 1/3 makes it the mighty 4/3. Now 4/3 can subtract 2/3, giving you 2/3. 1 minus 1 is 0, and you end up with the answer of 2/3, which is what they have down at the bottom. Okay? I think of these as the superhero problems where they have to come to the rescue and help when they need help on these. Okay, let's do these 6 problems down below. Here we go. Letter G. We're short on time today, kids. Letter G. I'm putting it up towards the top over here. 7 minus 1 and 1/2. There is no fraction above the 1/2. So 7 says, I will help you. I will turn into 6 and 2/2. Now, 6 and 2/2 is 1. 6 plus 1 does give you the 7. 2/2 minus 1/2 is 1/2. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 and 1/2. Let's do letter H. In letter H, I'm going to fit it in over here. 5 and 3/8 minus 4 and 11/12. I have to find a common denominator. 12 is my biggest digit. Will 8 divide 12? No. 12 times 2 is 24. Will 8 divide 24? Yes, it's going to be 24s. Okay, 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9. 12 times 2 is 24. 11 times 2 is 22. Now, oh no, 9 cannot subtract 22. Help, help! 5 says, I will help you. I will turn into 4 and 24 24ths. Now, the 24 24ths combines forces with 9 24ths, making it the mighty 33 24ths. Now, 33 minus 22 gives you 11 24ths, and 4 minus 4 is nothing. So it's just 11 24ths. Okay, let's go on to letter I. 11, guys, you're losing your homework classwork time. 11 and 2/5 minus 2 and 3/5. We have the same denominator, but 2 can't subtract 3. Help, help. I will help you. It turns into 10 and 5/5. That makes it 7/5. Minus 3/5 is 4/5. Kids, let him go. Watch the lesson. 10 minus 2 is 8. The answer, 8 and 4/5. Letter J. 8 is going to change its name to 7 and 4/4. It's still an 8. 4/4 minus 3/4 is 1/4. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 and 1/4. Letter K. Between 1/4 will not subtract 3/4. 3 will help it. It turns into 2 and 4/4. Please stop making the sounds. 4/4 plus 1/4 is 5/4. 5, we now have 2 and 5/4 minus 1 and 3/4 equals 1 and 2/4, which leaves you with the answer 1 and 1/2. And the last one, change 16 to 15 and 6/6. 6/6 minus 5/6 is 1/6. 15 minus 5 is 10. 10 and 1/6. Now let's go to the next page. In number 4, an urban planner is designing a skateboard park. The length of the skateboard park is 120.5 feet. The length of the parking lot is 40 1/3 feet. What will be the length of the park and the parking lot combined? You add them together. 120 plus 40 is 160. 3/6 plus 2/6 is 5/6, and the answer is 160 and 5/6. Now, your homework assignment, you're going to do page 303. This class is over at 11:35. So you are going to do page 303, 1 to 12. Kids, we will be leaving shortly, but that will be your homework assignment.